Hiya. So, another month, another devlog. I didn't think I had much to show this month, but digging through the Git history, it turns out that I did a little bit more than I thought. Admittedly, a bunch of this is under the hood, as I grabbed some time when I was in Finland to go through a lot of the to-do items that I'd left in the code. So, stuff's a bit cleaner, a few niggly bugs have been removed, things are slightly better structured. Stuff that had to be done, but not anything that's really visible in the build. The first big hitter is obviously the new character model. Paul threw that over the fence as I posted the previous devlog, so I had to take a couple of days out to skin the new model, get it in game, make sure all the animations were fine. Fortunately, I was able to just cut and paste the old skeleton, but skinning is just a boring ball ache no matter how painless the process. But it's been worth it. The new model has morph targets, so the hood can go up and down, and the extra colour and detail has helped a lot. So big thanks to Paul for that, it's looking great. So I keep saying that I'm going to start making a proper dungeon, and I keep getting sidetracked. So this month was really no different. I figured that picking up items would be a quick and easy job, and for the most part it turned out to be. Initially I was going to use the same system I have for things like signposts, which is basically trigger areas around the object. Player enters the trigger, it inserts an action button responder into the controller, it grabs the input and tells the player what to do. But it turns out that bushes and things get placed too close to each other for this to be reliable. The player can overlap several trigger areas or just kind of scrape through the corner of one as going into another, which creates a bit of a mess on the code side. How do you decide which one's more important when none of the objects actually know anything about each other? So instead I've gone the other way and sphere casted from the player. The cast checks the type of object, grabs a responder if it has one, and takes it from the first suitable actor. It doesn't matter if there's more than one hit by the cast, as the first object returned is normally the closest, so as far as the player is concerned, it all just kind of looks fine. There's a few little edge cases about how to actually remove the kind of responder as the player goes away, but these seem to just kind of work at the minute. There's been no real issue. I did make a bit of a mess when handling how objects are picked up and thrown though. I've ended up with one actor that spawned just to be carried about, and that's destroyed, and a different type of actor spawned for throwing, basically something with a projectile movement component. I think I was on crack that morning. It could definitely have been done a little bit cleaner, but it works, so what the hell, just don't tell anyone. I've also had a mess about with the destructible mesh system in UE, because obviously pots in Zelda games need to break apart, and fortunately it turns out that this is really simple to do. So yes, you'll be able to run around and basically trash the place if you want to. So after that I decided it was time to make a proper chest. Again, we all know how important these are in a Zelda type game, and well, my first attempt was a little bit shit. I'm quite happy with this one though. It looks okay in game, you can't really see some of my bad texturing, and the way it's all tied together is actually really clean. The animation notification from the player tells the chest to open, the chest animation spawns in the object, and the player's pickup ceremony begins. Everything just kind of worked with what was in place with minimal changes, so that was good. The only stuff I had to work around was making sure that the player's disencumbered. You know, so if you're carrying a fishing rod, you stop carrying it while you open up the chest. Or if you're carrying something above your head, a pot or a bush, you throw that before opening the chest. Basically, I don't want to be doing animations for all that stuff, so you don't really notice it. So yeah, not a bad month all in all. Some simpler character actions have been added, a lot of little bugs have been fixed, the code's a bit more tidy, and lots of audio has been sprinkled around the build. So, what next?